Back in Brooklyn. Look at this. Sam Fortier and Joe Bloss. I looked to the wrong side for those names. It's the opposite of what I just did.
It's all good.
Daily Orange, writers, basketball. Let's talk big picture here. Syracuse is still alive in the ACC Tournament, which means they're also alive for NCAA Tournament competition. Jim Boeheim gave his pitch, as he does post-game, on how his team fits in for March Madness now. Sam, has this team, with a win over Clemson, 2 road wins over Miami and Louisville, and now an ACC Tournament win, done enough to make the tournament in your mind?
No, not close. I think this team still has a ways to go. I think they have to beat North Carolina at least. Some people are saying 3 wins. I'm more conservative. I think 2 wins will be enough. But no, this team has not done nearly enough to make the NCAA tournament yet.
As you said, North Carolina tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We will be back for this one. Joe, besides the numbers, besides the RPI, which is, of course, what Sam's going off at this point, how is the Syracuse team looking at this point? Because, I mean, what a year this has been. They've lost players. They've been playing 2 guards 40 minutes a night all year long. They've had a first-year player at power forward all year. Chukwu, pretty much a first-year player in the middle. How is this team looking from where they started to where they finished at this point?
I mean, if you look at tonight's game, I think it's one of the more encouraging, efforts that we've seen from them all season. You got a freshman in Merrick Dolezaj who puts up 20 points after he was afraid to shoot sometimes when he's out there. You've got 14 points, I think it was, from Pascal Chukwu on the inside. This was a team that relied on 2 guards to pretty much do everything for them. If they have 5 guys going, I know it's not as much as some teams going with 8 or 7 or 7, 8 or 9, but they're going to play 40 minutes. That's a given. If they can get 40 productive minutes from 5 guys like that, I'm not saying they're going to beat North Carolina tomorrow. That's not a prediction, but they're going to have a lot better chance than they would if they were going with Frank Howard needs to score 30, Tyus Battle needs to score 30 to contend.
I think it's incredible they're still going with 5 players at this point. Now they'll be playing on back-to-back nights for the first time all season. How have they done it, Sam? It's already a success in my mind this season, given their circumstances, given the expectations going in. You had CBS saying they'd be lucky to make the NIT, and they are still alive for the NCAAs, which is unreal. I don't know how they've done it this year. How have they?
I think it's everything you just said. They play 2 guards 40 minutes a night, and Syracuse is not a team that's going to fool anyone. Everyone understands O'Shea Brissett, Tyus Battle, Frank Howard. Those are the 3 people we need to worry about. Those are the 3 people who can score. They put their heads down. They go to the basket. They don't run set plays on offense because, in Jim Boeheim's words, we couldn't hit the shots if we got them. The Syracuse team, astonishingly, has no reserves, no elaborate game plan, no tricks up its sleeves, and has bludgeoned their way into maybe making the NCAA tournament, which is pretty remarkable.
It's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
That is amazing.
UNC tomorrow, who, of course, was able to top this Orange in the Carrier Dome just a week or 2 ago. Joe, what are they going to have to do to beat this team and secure their spot maybe?
You know, that's tough. Last game, UNC really let them back in. You know, they put the press on late. The press got beaten, and then UNC just missed, 5 or 6 layups, and really was just – those layups were essentially turnovers. So you got to slow down Joel Berry. I'm a big fan of his game, but I don't know. Sam, do you have a key? You covered that game, right? I was in the stand, so I didn't have as in-depth of a look at the ins and outs of that game.
I know who they're going to need. And who I'm going to ask you about is O'Shea Brissett, who is noticeably absent today.
Yeah, I mean, O'Shea Brissett has not played well. It looked like, and I spoke to Joe a couple times during the game, he did not want to shoot. He airballed that first 3, and he wanted to put his head down and go to the basket. But when you don't have that 3-pointer, which we saw early in conference play, when O'Shea Brissett is not hitting from beyond the arc, teams can play off him. They can dare him to go inside, and they can just play more effective defense on him that way. When he's hitting the 3, he's a multi-potent, I don't think that's a word.
Multifaceted.
Multifaceted, thank you. Weapon that Syracuse, and he can deploy effectively. But if he's a one-dimensional player and he's really not, he's great at getting to the rack, but he's not great at finishing there. At least he hasn't been in conference play. That takes him out of the game. And when your third member of your big three can't
be that
guy, then you are not going to have success.
Danny Manning spoke after Syracuse hit the podium, and he said they're basically preparing for 3 players today. And Marek Dolezaj obviously was not included in that group, and he ended up being the start today. So they're back tomorrow, 9 o'clock, North Carolina. We're back as well. I know Joe is excited about that.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not going back. I would be going back to school to take some midterms if they had lost this game. So, thank God, I guess.
And you'd be driving back in some snow.
Yes. I think Bomb Cyclone 2.0 is coming our way. I'm not really a meteorologist, but I'm a little worried.
That's just a weekly occurrence in Syracuse. Yeah. We need to move here one day. Anyway, I'm Bobby Manning. Sam Fortier is on this side, of course, and Joe Bloss is on this side from the ESPN podium, I think, in Brooklyn, New York. Barclays Center. I think that's it. Good work.
Thanks for having us.
We're out. CLNS Media. We'll see you tomorrow.